Hi guys, welcome back for the final time in this series. In the last episode we did a few tweaks and we added in some features that we'd missed out. But now the time has come to build our game and upload it to the Play Store. So the first thing we're going to want to do is click File, Build Settings. Now if you've watched from the beginning, you'll know that in the first episode we set our project up for this very moment. So we should already have it set to Android. We click our player settings. We'll have a company name, a product name, and our version will actually be 1.0 this time. We then have to go through, load in all of our icon textures. We'll select our resolution, which we want to be portrait. We don't want auto rotate selected here. We set our splash image. And the next important part is in your configuration and inside other settings, you want to make sure that you have the IL2 CPP scripting backend and select 64. That'll make sure that you build as a 64-bit project and Google Play won't complain when you try and upload it. But first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through and I'm going to load in all of my icons. Next up we'll add the splash screen, which is just going to be my Comp3 interactive logo. And we'll leave that as a duration of 2 seconds. I'm going to leave all the other settings the same, but you can add in a background image over here if you like, or change the background colour from black. So next up we're going to go down to Publish Settings and we're going to create our Key Store Manager. So we'll click on that, click Key Store, Create New, and we'll save this in a dedicated location. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into my Unity Games folder. I'm going to create a new folder for key stores, and inside here I'm going to create a key store. Just call it Key Store. I'll set a password, repeat that. Alias will be Invaders, password again, confirm the password, leave it as valid for 50 years, put in my name, and the rest of that should be fine empty. Right, add the key, and we'll set our Invaders key as our key. And as you see, it's already filled out our password, our alias, and then the keys password. And the final thing that we want to do is we want to check Build App Bundle Google Play. Now obviously this is only relevant if you're building for Android, but what this will do, instead of building a single APK file, it'll build something called an AAB file. And what that is, it's a collection of files that when you upload that to the Play Store, it then picks and chooses from that file which is the correct build version for certain devices. I don't understand the complete ins and outs of it, but all I know is whenever I've done this, it dramatically reduces the size of my download. So now we can do the important part, which is click Build. And we'll save this inside our project folder. So we'll let this build for now, and I'll see you again in a second. And there we have it. Ta-da! All of our hard work has gone into an 18.5 megabyte file. So let's get working on putting this onto the Play Store. So we'll load up our Google Play console and create a new application. Set your default language and the title of the application. So that's going to be Invaders from Outer Space. Create that. And then we're going to need to go ahead and fill in our descriptions. We'll also need to add in an icon and some screenshots and some feature graphics. All of these are explained as to where they go, what they're used for, and the dimensions that they need to be. So make sure you adhere to these and just upload them as you would anything else. Now that we've got our icon, our screenshots, our feature graphic and promo graphic all set, we can carry on. So onto the categorization. We're making a game, so we'll select game. Category, we'll select arcade, and before we start to manage our tags, make sure we save this as a draft because this will take us to another page. So let's have a look at what the tags are that we've got to play with here then. So you're only allowed to add up to 5 tags, so I've picked action adventure, arcade, casual, endless runner and shooter. So we'll go back and our tags have been added. Now I'll put in my website, so that'll be comp3interactive.github.io. Email, that'll be comp3interactive@gmail.com. No phone number, and I won't be submitting a privacy policy. So we can save that as a draft. So now we see that this tick has turned green. Any of the options over here on the left hand side that have a greyed out tick next to them we need to fill in before we can upload. So let's jump over to our app release. Now we want to put it into production, so we'll manage this and we'll create a release. We'll let Google manage the signing of our application, that just makes things a little bit easier on us. And we'll grab our AAB file where we built our project and we'll drag and drop that into the bundle section. So while that's uploading we can fill in the rest of our data. Now our release name isn't the name of our project, it's what we would know it as internally, so I'm just going to call this IFO Invaders from Outer Space version 1, and here's where we put in the patch notes. Well, we don't have any patch notes, this is the initial release, so I'm just going to put happy gaming. You can fill this in however you like, you can make this as weird and wonderful as you want, and we'll just let this finish processing our AAB file. And as you can see, our app size is going to be between 10.2 and 11 megabytes. That's good enough for me. We'll save that and review. So we can see that we're ready to go here, but we can't roll out to production because we still have some outstanding options. So let's check out the content rating. We'll continue. This is just going to ask you a few questions regarding your game and it'll give you a rating local to your country. And our category is game. There's no violence, there's no fear, no sexuality, no gambling, no offensive language, no controlled substance, no crude humour. That'll be a no. Make sure you go through and read all these. If you've added anything differently to what I have, you may need to provide an alternate answer to one of these. So no, 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 and no. So we'll save the questionnaire and calculate our rating. All looks good to me. That's that done. Let's go to app content and we'll start. And we'll apply that for all 3 age ranges that we're targeting. No, it won't unintentionally appeal to children. And we'll submit. Lastly, pricing and distribution. So we've set this to a free game. Yes, we have ads. We don't want to opt out of marketing because we want Google Play to actually show us our game on Google Play and Google itself. We meet the Android content guidelines. You can go ahead and click this and read that. I've already gone ahead and done that. And we adhere to US export laws. So we can save that as a draft. And we see now we're ready to publish. So we can click this, manage our releases, and we can see that we have a release that we've already uploaded right here. We scroll to the bottom, review, and roll this out to production. And it's as simple as that. Now, it can take up to 3 to 5 days for a game to be accepted onto the Play Store. As you can see here though, we're saying that they have an adjusted work schedule, so it may take a little longer. This is probably to do with the coronavirus outbreak. If you're watching this in the future, I hope everything turns out alright. And now all we have to do is sit back and wait to get our email telling us that a game has gone live on the Play Store. And hopefully by the point you're watching this video, mine's already been accepted, fingers crossed, and you've already had a chance to have a bit of a play with it. I may have even updated it by this point, because when it goes live I'll be playing it myself, and if I find any extra updates that need doing, I'll be sure to roll those out for you as well. I hope you've found this tutorial series extremely useful. If you have, please let me know in the comments, and I'll see what I can do about making a second full Let's Make series, but only if you guys really enjoyed this. So after all that, I'll see you again soon.